I just see way too many kids falling through the cracks.
That really makes me angry because I can't teach the kids that I want to teach, and I can't reach the kids that I really need to reach.
Class. There's times when I have 13 classes going on in the same room.
What, 300, 550 million to put a roof on a stadium?
But the result's always the same. There's no more money there to help them.
We do the best with what we can, and the moment we start putting things into places that don't count for the students of BC, that's when our education system fails.
There is no way I can meet the needs of all the kids in that class, and that makes me very sad and angry.
Kids need more than what the government's willing to give at this point in time. And I don't think it's fair to the students because the long-term implications are going to be huge.
I think that teachers have had enough. I think we've had our contract stripped. We've had a net zero mandate, and we're kind of angry about that. The thing that really makes me angry is that, you know, prior to 2002, teachers have taken, instead of wage increases, they have taken things to you know, class composition, classroom working conditions. We've had those things put into our contract, you know, instead of taking a wage increase, and now they've been stripped. They were stripped in 2002, and now further strips are occurring, and you know, there's nothing to back those up, and you know, the net zero mandate is kind of holding our hands or tying our hands back so that we can't do anything. We can't bargain classroom composition, we can't bargain classroom learning conditions, and that really makes me angry because I can't teach the kids that I want to teach, and I can't reach the kids that I really need to reach. That makes me angry.
I have 18 students in my skills, special needs, ESL, DL class. There's times when I have 13 classes going on in the same room, and I'm supposed to reach every single one of those students. It's not realistic.
I just see from when I started teaching, when a child would get 10 hours of help because of their designation, and that's down to less than 5 now for the same child. And in grade 6, 7, I can be teaching kids from an ability level of grade 1 to grade 9, and they don't get the help they need. I've been consulted. I've had to have 3 meetings in the last 3 years of having over my amount of special needs kids in my class, but the result's always the same. There's no more money there to help them.
I've got 1 hour to teach, in which to teach math, 2 different curriculums. Sometimes I can combine things, sometimes I cannot. So I'll give you a typical day. If I'm teaching a 1 hour math class with 2 grades in it, each grade gets maybe a 20-minute lesson. That leaves, you know, within that hour, another 20 minutes to kind of go and help students. That leaves me with less than 1 minute per student to go and help fix things, make things right, make certain that everyone understands it. If I've got a special learning needs student in my class, it might take 4 minutes. That then significantly reduces the amount of time that I can spend with the other kids who really need it, who might be middle of the road, who might get things with, you know, a minute worth of help, but otherwise, you know, if that minute isn't there, then they're stuck, they're stymied, they can't do it, they feel frustrated, and then that carries over into the next day, the next lesson, and it just compounds and has a huge domino effect.
Last year I had 29 with 5 children designated as special needs in grade 6, 7. We have a class this year of grade 1, 2, and 3 that's to max with special needs kids in it as well.
With next year, there's a distinct possibility of looking at a 4-5 split with 32 children in this school. They are saying that perhaps not, but I don't like those odds very much. It's very, very frustrating for me as a teacher because over the past 10 years I've been watching the level of support decline and decline, and I just can't give to kids the way I want to anymore. I can't meet all their needs.
I just see way too many kids falling through the cracks that don't qualify for help and don't get it in the 2 minutes, like Joel says, that you get a day per child in your classroom. And I always tell them that if it takes up more than 10 minutes with one child, then somebody's missing out. So the ones that miss out are the ones that are quiet, trying hard, but just don't quite get it and just could use that extra even 10-15 minutes of help from somebody would help them get it through it, but there's no time for that.
They've got 300, 550 million to put a roof on a stadium, but they can't afford to help out students in British Columbia.
MLAs for years have been giving themselves cost of living increases, raises, and now for years they keep asking public service employees to not take a raise. We can't afford it. We couldn't afford a 34% raise for MLAs either, but they voted, so they got it. When is the time when the rest of the public gets to vote on their raise?
I'd like to thank all the parents who've given support in the past and in the near past with everything that's been going on. And just about every parent I've spoken with in the past couple of weeks has been extremely supportive of parents. Email your MLA, phone up George Abbott, send the message that kids are worth it, that kids need support in schools. A legislated contract is not going to accomplish that.
Let your school trustees know that they need to take a stand and stop being passive.
Make certain that the people who run the education system, which, you know, we're the workers, we're the helpers, alongers of education, but you need to contact the people who can make a difference. So your board of trustees for your school district, MLAs, the people who will hopefully listen to their voting public, not apparently the people who are in the trenches doing the work.